Welcome back to another video. We're out here once again at Staten Island Airfield for a little quick flying session. It's gorgeous weather today and I cannot pass it up because we've only got a few more months of this kind of weather. Not even a few more months, like a few months, a month left before we start to get cold and wet and rainy and gross, and it really won't be fun to come out in here and fly. So today I wanted to talk about something completely unrelated to I think anything we've talked about before in these recent videos, and that is a food review. It is a food review in it that it's also kind of a hot sauce review, which I have touched on before, but today we're talking about the newly dropped Hot Ones / Shake Shack sandwich, fries, and burger. And before I start off, let me be clear that all three of these items taste very similar to other things from Shake Shack. So if you don't like a Shake Shack burger or you don't like a Shake Shack chicken sandwich, this is probably not gonna change that, but it is a new experience, it's something different, and I'm going to throw it out there right now. I think the new sauce that's on those burgers is fire. It is absolutely amazing. The right amount of spice, the right amount of kick, but geez, I'm already getting ahead of myself. Let's start out first with the burger, because that is kind of the star of the show. It is Shake Shack after all. And so what's different, it's basically a regular hamburger with Monterey Jack cheese, applewood smoked bacon, and the normal potato bun, but they've added an extra little spicy something to that Shack sauce. And it's not like the Smoke Shack. This is something that's a little different. It's a little spicier, it's a little more aggressive, and I think significantly better. I really liked this sauce, and I really liked the burger that it's on. I cannot wait to have another, and I'm kind of disappointed this might be a limited time offer or a limited time availability thing. As far as negatives go, there really isn't any. It's a Shake Shack burger, so if you don't like a Shake Shack burger, there's your negative. If you don't like spice, this is probably not your thing. But again, coming from the show Hot Ones, you probably already understood that if you're not into spicy food, this is probably not it. I will say, even though they label it a 7 out of 10 for spice, I don't think this is a 7 out of 10. This feels more like a, I don't know, a 2 or 3. Like, this doesn't feel too much different to me. Again, this is somebody who's very much into spicy food. This actually feels more like a 2 or 3. It is definitely spicy, but I think like Flamin' Hot chips are as spicy, if not spicier. So if you're good with that level of spice, you'll be probably fine on this burger. The meat, the cheese, the bacon, the sauce itself, and the bun all balance very well together, making it not an overwhelming experience. Very pleasant, very delicious. I'm gonna come on to this in a second, but there is an add-on if you wanna really ramp it up and get crazy. Next is the chicken sandwich. It is their bone standard chicken sandwich, just instead of using the garlic herb mayo or Shack sauce, this uses that same sauce that's in the burger. I think the chicken sandwich is probably on par with some of the other spicy chicken sandwiches you can get from like Popeyes, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, the rest of those. It's a really good sauce. I think it's better than Chick-fil-A, their spicy sauce thing that goes on their spicy chicken sandwich. The chicken's obviously really good. Shake Shack knows how to cook chicken. Well fried, crispy, moist. I mean, I can't really say much more without just fawning over this chicken sandwich. If I had to choose between the burger and the chicken sandwich, right now I'm kind of really into hamburgers, and I've kind of relaxed on chicken sandwiches. So for me right now, I'm 100% behind that burger. It is fantastic and delicious, but that chicken sandwich is also awesome. Finally, let's get to the last item, and this is the one I actually didn't have because I am mildly lactose intolerant, and also I'm not a huge fan of cheese in general, but they do have Hot Ones cheese fries, where they basically took the cheese fries or bacon cheese fries from before, added the same sauce to it. From, again, my experience with that sauce, very good. I actually ended up dipping my fries in some of the extra burger sauce, and hugely good. Adds a little bit extra spice to the fries. Kind of wish they would offer it separately so you could basically get the Hot Ones fries with that sauce on the side, but can't have everything. The last thing that they've added to this menu item that really kind of kicks it up to 11 is they've added the last dab. So if you want to really ramp that spice up to the moon, they basically offer a little squeeze packet of that final sauce currently on Hot Ones. And it is not the regular, it is not the ghost pepper, scorpion pepper, reaper version of the last dab. It is Last Dab Apollo, the big boy, the 2.5 million Scoville, the heavyweight of the current Hot Ones lineup. And boy, if you've never had it before, would definitely recommend, especially if you're into spicy food. It is an experience. And for anybody who's on that show and says, this isn't as hot, it's because they came off the bomb. The bomb is by far the worst and gnarliest hot sauce in that lineup. Dave from the future here, I realized I left something out. I'd never put in me eating anything during the video, and I figured since this is a Hot Ones and Shake Shack review, why not try the Apollo Last Dab on camera on said burger. So give an appropriate generous little dab there. And no, this is not really a dab. I've had Last Dab Apollo before, so not the first time I'm trying it, but cheers. The thing I've always really liked about Apollo the Last Dab, or the Last Dab Apollo, is that it's a very tasty sauce. It's a little mustardy, a little garlicky, a little salty, and there really is like about 30 seconds, I'm right at the end of it right now, where there's not a ton of heat. And then all of a sudden, you get a little, and then a little more, and then a little more. And by about, I don't know, a minute and a half in, it is quite intense, and I'm getting there right now. I'm actually gonna put the burger down. I think if you want the hottest hot sauce that you possibly can have in your kitchen, and it still tastes flavorful, be delicious, and something that you actually might use on something at some point, the Last Dab Apollo is that. It is a fantastic sauce, super tasty. On that burger, it's really, really good. I don't know that I'd cover my burger in that sauce, but it's really good for a bite. Maybe at the end, you want that little extra kick of spice and that excitement, 100%. One thing I'm kind of noticing is it's been about 2 minutes since I've had the Last Dab Apollo from that packet. I think it might be toned down a little. Don't quote me on this, but that original bottle of Apollo I got from the Heatonist, the normal bottle of sauce, it feels spikier and spicier and hotter than this sauce. I also noticed this sauce may be a little waterier than the one that's in the bottle. So again, don't take this at face value. This may just be the packet I have or the bottle that I have, but it's not quite as spicy as the normal Last Dab Apollo, at least in my opinion. I did have the Last Dab out of the bottle yesterday along with the Last Dab in the packet, so I did have an A-B comparison, and it may just be I'm more used to heat, but I definitely think it's a little less spicy than the Last Dab that's found in the normal traditional bottle. Thank you all for joining me today on this episode where I reviewed the Shake Shack Hot Ones crossover burger, chicken sandwich, and technically French fries. Hope you all enjoyed the video. As always, like the video, please subscribe. It really helps me build the channel. And then leave me comments. Have you tried the burger yet? Are you a big fan of spice? Have you had the Last Dab? What do you think of that? And then also, as always, links are in the description below. There are affiliate links to Amazon for all the FPV and drone gear that I use. If you use those links, it gives me a small kickback, helps me grow this channel, helps me do cool things on here. As always, thanks for watching the video. Bye.